All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back to this live stream where we're building a model live. We're doing this little NISSAN Hardbody or a Datsun 720. Welcome in. This is part 3. I don't of how many parts I don't know. It's just however many I want to make as we go along this. You guys are having a great time watching me do this live. Thank you guys for joining in here. First, let's get some things out of the way. Don't forget to support in the super chat. You donate as little as $1. Helps me improve my equipment, improve these streams and everything. And it just tells me if you like it, if you like what I'm doing here. And I appreciate it if you do that. Of course, you never have to. I'm going to do this either way. But all right. If you've missed out on the other ones, we're pretty far along. I don't want to say we're halfway done or anything, but you can go back and watch the archive live streams if you want. We've done some detailing to the engine and everything, put it together, weathered it. There's probably a little more we're going to do once we get it actually installed in there. We weathered the hood because it was pretty what we're going for is a pretty rusty rusty and faded look. Body we haven't done anything with. Basic things here. We put some dents in it and such, but we got a lot of detailing to do in there. Well, we mostly worked on the engine. We got the little air cleaner ready to go here. Probably do that, put that in last. We also set the little carburetor on there. And we made a radiator that's going to fit up in here, because if you watch the other live streams, you'll understand that this part was molded in, and I cut that out because we're going to need to see the radiator in there because the grill is missing on this truck. So welcome Angus in the chat, and if there's anybody else watching wants to say hello in the chat, appreciate it. Ask me any questions, get a conversation going here, because I don't like to be the only one talking here or running the show. I'd really appreciate it if you get some dialogue going. Ask me some questions. I can explain more about the scope of this project. I've done that in the other streams, so if you've not been watching, we can kind of go over that again. I can keep retelling that. I'm also making a video on this, so I'm filming myself as I'm doing this. So then I'll collectively put this all back all together, and then you can watch the whole build in one relatively short video. Way it's looking, it's probably going to be about a 20-minute video maybe to show you everything I do, because there's a lot that I'm doing here. All right. In the past live stream, you saw I did some pre-weathering on the frame, and the frame looks black. I don't know how well you can see it in the camera here, but I've done I'm doing a salt chipping technique, and it's all dry. I just took it out, but I wanted to reveal it on camera here. Plus, I need to film myself doing it, revealing it here for the video, and you'll see more about this later. So yeah, hop in and chat, ask away, and like I said, tell me what you guys are working on or what you guys like to do, and some of your hobbies if it isn't model building here, and tell me why you're here and watching if you want. So, all right, what salt chipping is putting literal salt over a paint job to use it as a mask, and then all you got to do is sort of brush it away, and it'll reveal the undercoat that we put on here. And that was kind of this rusty red paint job that I put on there. We got a lot of details to pick out here, and this is a technique. If you don't like what you did, if it didn't mask off enough and you wanted some, you can do this kind of technique multiple times. So I'm just going to see what I get here. So I got to get it all out of here where I'm filming it too, so we can see the reveal. But anyway, I'm liking how this is going, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to do this a second time because it looks like I maybe put a little too much salt on, which is okay. You can kind of tap it like that to get some of the salt off. But wherever there wasn't salt, the top coat, in this case, a matte black, we'll leave some black on the frame to kind of look like the old frame paint that's still attached, and as well as just it'll look kind of like more older rust and stuff. And just to get this off here, you just brush on it with a fairly stiff brush. I actually need to maybe get a stiffer brush, but yeah, actually I do need to do that. That's what comes in handy, to have these all different types of brushes and such. And then we're gonna do some washes on it and stuff, because there's some places that oil leaks and things all over this frame. So, but yeah, it was a little too red or a little too rusty looking. We wanted to put some black paint on it, back onto it. So, oh yeah, I really like that effect. This is just one of many ways to do what I'm doing here. I'm going to also use some weathering powders and stuff too. So, you know, and then again, if you've been following along, we're going to pick out. I'm going to need to pick out. We're also going to put some mud and such. Oh, I got to get some more of this off the fuel tank here, the gas tank here. Yeah, that's good. And I might even get in there with the airbrush on some stuff. So, yeah, I really like that. I really like the look I got going on there. It really helped. Except I might do a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe not. It's kind of. And the good part is, even if you leave some of the salt on there and end up top coating, you know, it'll just look like excessive rust and everything. And this underside, this frame, like I said, the one big downside of this model is the exhaust is molded in, and I wasn't really too excited about that. I'm just showing it off to my camera that we're filming with. So, okay, and I'll hold it up here. It needed some weld beads and splatter on. Yep, that's kind of what it'll look like there. But yeah, don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you, Farm H and Lost Creek. Thanks for joining in. I wonder if I know who you are. I don't know. That name sounds familiar. But all right, let's sweep off this up to the side here, or I'll just put it on the floor. We'll sweep it up later. It's the beauty about being in a shop here. And actually, that looks so good. I kind of wished I'd done that technique on the body, which I still can. Maybe I will, but I need to do some kind of graphical stuff there. Do I? Would? Okay, I'll know who you are if you can tell me. You can tell me the nickname of this this pickup, little nickname. Yep, okay. I might know you as Pushrod. Yep, I know who you are. Thanks for joining in. Wow, I haven't talked to you in a long time. How's the racing going? You know, you still doing some stock car racing? Hopefully you're doing a little bit here and there. You know, I know family life gets in the way. That's kind of the same deal for me. But all right, I'm really liking that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my gray out here, my gray color, and I'm going to pick out that catalytic converter. Unfortunately, like I said, that's why I don't like that this exhaust is molded in, because I would just I would just cut that out of there because you know that's what that's what old Redline did. Yeah, and actually, I tell you what, old push rod. Uh, uh, you know what? You could, if you want to relive on my channel, I have videos of this pickup. You may recognize some things. Let's add some. We're gonna do some flat silver. Like I said, it's not gonna be shiny, but we'll do some flat silver, and then I can weather it up here. Yeah, well, I understand. Understand that I don't motocross race anymore. I just kind of got too old for it, and it's a young person's. I do still trail ride here and there, and whatnot, but yeah. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you found me. I've been on YouTube since 2006, you know, and so basically, oh, about 5 months after YouTube began, that's when I started. So, and that was some of my earlier stuff. So actually, tell you what, you're in some of my videos, just a little bit, some cameo stuff. Okay, what do I want to do for this exhaust? Oh, that's right. We're gonna drill some holes. We gotta put a hole in it. I got a bit here. Let's put one off to the side here. That's right. And then we're gonna get a hole in it here, and then I'll kind of really need to get I would need to get my Dremel and just do a little hole, but we'll just take my pin vise here, and don't forget, you folks that are just joining in, don't forget to support via the super chat. You can donate as little as $1. Helps me buy new equipment, helps me make better videos and such. And you know, but you never have to do that. I've been doing this for a long time, but the support is greatly appreciated. So if folks want to do that, you always can. But if you don't want to, that's okay. Okay, I don't necessarily remember if it necessarily had a hole in the muffler, but seems like it ought to, right? Seems like that's something old Redline would have just neglected to fix, or there we go. There's a good old hole in the side there. Okay, but now we made a white spot. We need to do a little bit of. I wonder if I could put a little bit of my wash in there. No, I can't. I'll do some flat black here. Oh, dang it. Bottles here. Let's take a little bit of the black. All right. No, you know what? It had a muffler, because it definitely had a muffler over there, Tom. Because, you know, remember the thing, you know, the joke and whatnot, you know, it ran on water, and it's spit it out the side. So, yeah, he kept a muffler in it, but, yeah, it definitely had a. Well, that's another thing I need to grab. I forgot, because we're detailing that. I need to put a little black in the end of the tailpipe to simulate all that carbon buildup from it running rich. There. do that. Okay. We'll work on yeah, that'll look good. All right, let's see, what do we got? Flat, beige, tan. Let's put a little bit. Let's get a little bit of red on there. I need to get my pliers. There we go. All right, let's take a little bit of this color. Just highlight around that hole there. Highlight the edges of the muffler here with some kind of, make it look like a little bit kind of older rust. And we're going to use the weathering powders and such too, but just want to accentuate a few little raised details there a little bit. Just put a little bit on here. It's a beauty. Just rub a little on there. Like I said, we got to blend that all the exhaust pipe in once we put the engine in, which we might get to that. I'm gonna definitely try to get the suspension and such on here. Let's rub that off there. The dirtier the better with this technique. Okay, I don't want to overdo that too much there. Let's do that. Let's put a little bit of this color on there. Needs a little bit of light color. Do more of a dry brushing technique. Yeah, there we go. Of course, we're going to dirty this up too. The little muffler bracket here. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. Let's do that. Let's dump a little thinner out here so I can create a bit of wash. Welcome. I feel like I'm in school where everyone just sits and watches instruction intently. I don't know. When I was in school, I didn't maybe watch the teacher close enough. And I don't know. Am I that good of an instructor? I don't know. But yeah. Pop quiz on Friday, yeah. Or actually, yeah, pop quiz before this video goes live. I'm gonna take note. Make sure you're taking notes so you can. I want to know if you're paying attention here. So, all right. Let's see. What do I need? I need a little bit. I need to just dust on that. There's my weathering powders. Okay. All right. My weathering powders out. I'll help bring this out a little bit. And then, like I said, eventually we'll of course we'll spray this to lock it in with some matte clear. Make sure I need that muffler bracket to be all pretty roached there, because let's do that. Where's my stiff brush? Because I want to. All right. Might be hard to see, but kind of picked out that exhaust hole. Yeah, pick that out just a little bit there. Okay, now we're going to love the weathering technique. You've always wanted to learn how to do it. Keep going. Maybe when you're done, tell us what products you're using. Well, I'll tell you what. Yes, I can tell you what products I'm using as I go. But I'll tell you what. And you missed, you missed the earlier streams. But I tell you what, there's no rhyme or reason. I mean, it's whatever. For example, this is kind of an oily wash. This is a product I've never used before. It's Tester's Create FX. They comes in a just called black wash. There's other colors of washes. Got various colors, various pigments. I just use anything. I even use rattle cans. Just whatever. I'm just really looking at the colors. It doesn't matter for what I have. And then of course matte clear. Is what we're going to use to, of course, lock things in. But I even do washes with these cheap craft paints, and you just various colors, doesn't matter. Actually, I tell you what, and then I have these weathering powders, which I'm going to use here after a bit, so you'll see that. And actually, just for you, Mr. Creek, I have a little. Well, here's parts of it. I got to kind of put it. I got to detail this. I have a bunch of junkyard models that I have. And I got a little V8 engine here. And I don't know, you probably can't see it. I don't want to get too close because it can't focus that well. But take a good look at it there. All right. A little secret. I might, well, see if you can tell me what engine this is. But after I customize it, it may go in the back of the pickup like that. It seems to fit pretty well. So that's a little nod to you. I know you'll kind of get it. Okay, but I need to put some washes around like where this transmission mount is, because I remember thing leaked 9-weight like nobody's business. So I want to get that there. Oh, and that's right. The front main seal and rear main seal, I should say, were pretty leaky, so it got blown around on there. See, with the weathering stuff, you're telling a story, and of course, you know the story already, but most people don't. So, trying to tell it in with the weathering here. So. And put some more washes down in these recessed areas. I kind of did that before because I want to create a shadow down in there. Sort of help sell the effect. And it helps all this little stuff stand out a little bit more. I think we got, let's see, yeah, that's the fuel pump down in there. I pick that out with just a teensy bit of silver or something. Okay. I'll put a wash on that. Kind of dull that down, blend it in a little bit. Again, there's going to be kind of mud getting all thrown up on here, or what'll pass as mud and dirt and everything. So some of this will just get covered up, but it doesn't. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Could you guess what type of engine that it was? Color might throw you a little, but if you could tell what the valve covers are, we might put it in there. Now, to be fair, you know, he didn't have one of those, but we're going to pretend it's a 350 and back in there. I might even chop the transmission off just to. Okay, and let's see. All right, the weathering powders. This is where I love these things. This is where 396. Actually, it's a 409. It's out of a 59. 59. Well, I think a 59 Impala kit that I did as a kid, and it fell apart and everything. But of course, I keep all the styrene parts and everything. I got a bunch of stuff because I've done a little scratch building, and you never can have too many extra parts. As a matter of fact, I stopped at the hobby store here. We'll get to it. Bought something to make the grill, the grill guard that he fabbed up in high school. So you know, gotta be authentic, you know. There we go. All right. Actually, let's take a little bit of that gunmetal. Actually, even though that's silver here, these are a little dried out. Actually, yeah, let's get a. Let's see, that's worn off from hitting them corn stalks, all these low-hanging parts. So that'll be kind of like some metal material. Yeah. Well, actually, did he tell you about, this has been a little while back, but about one of his neons? Did he tell you that story? Before I tell you it, you answer me and see, because I'm curious. If he told you about that, that deal. His commuter, one of his ones that he was commuting on with. We're going to hit all these low spots just to highlight some stuff. Get the frame rails here. Edges there. Okay, well, I'll tell you the story. I forget exactly what. Oh yeah, the his let's see, it dropped a rod on one of the cylinders, and it broke the rod, and then it happened to pound the cylinder up into the engine, and then kind of quit making noise. And anyway, he still needed a car to drive, and didn't want to drive the pickup and gas guzzling and stuff commuting. So what he did is he unhooked the injector for that cylinder, pulled the plug, and just ran it around as a 3-cylinder. He said it actually didn't run half bad till he could pull it apart and put parts out of the other quote unquote spare neon, you know. But anyway, he said it ran pretty good on just the 3 cylinders. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. I mean, that's him. But yeah, it's too bad he couldn't join in on some of this. I think he'd enjoy it. But I'll be sending him pictures. I did send him pictures of the body, and he says from what he remembers, I got the dents right. And like I said, I got the video proof. So okay, well, I'll show you. I don't know. It might be hard for you to see here, but got it good and weathered under there. Of course, we're going to mud it up and stuff. Next thing we're going to do, let's get the suspension on, and then we can move along a little bit. So, because suspension needs some weathering, and it's just black. So I just got it in primer black for now. Like I said, I got to fix some areas. I didn't just notice I didn't get the coverage as great as I would like, but that's okay. All right, that's the front suspension here. Yeah, we talk at least once or twice a month. So yeah, yep, I heard all about the boat. Yep. But okay, there's those front torsion bars there, and there we go. We get the front axle, which of course it's got that aluminum center case, which in my opinion, sort of the Achilles heel of this whole thing, on those CV boots. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to. Oh, I need to paint that for the interior color. Well, I'll have to do that later. So, okay, let me. All right. So, well, technically I should put the engine in, but let's test fit this here. I believe. Yeah, it needs to go in. Just casually look out the directions. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, but I'm not gonna glue it in that. I gotta do some pre-weathering on that. Just want to make sure. Same with rear suspension. Let's just make sure it's fitting it right. And looks like I need to cut some flash off of it. There's one thing I'm a little disappointed on this kit is there's a little more flashing than I'd like, I guess. Because we're gonna have to dirty up those U-joints because they're gonna be plenty greasy. And I don't know. Remember if that'll the pinion seal's out on it or not. My guess is it probably was. Let's see here. Those sitting there like that, and those sitting there like that. Which actually, rear suspension, I can install that and then I can weather around it. The front suspension, I'm gonna have to weather it and then put it in there. And yeah, I see I didn't get part of it the side painted, which I'll take care of that. So let's let's drop some glue in there. Like this Tamiya cement, this thin, because it kind of wicks in there, and because it's a cement, it kind of melts the plastic pieces together, so it's been really strong. Alrighty, that's plenty. Okay. Okay, that'll set in there like that. Let's see, I guess the front suspension I can't do yet, that torsion bar suspension. So, but we can, let's get out the black here and fix something here that I messed up. Cornstalk stuff rust off, took off the grime from the axles. Yeah, so I'm going to actually put some shiny, some places where it's shiny, indicating, yeah, it was worn off. Like I said, I'm not going to super mud this up. We're just going to dust it all. I don't know if I'll live stream that or not. It's always kind of hard to do that, but I'll get out my airbrush to do stuff like that. So okay, to take care of things like that. Because I got a lot of earth tones and desert tones, and I even have some. I've sifted some dirt from outside, and then I'll mix it with some very beige grout. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, and that'll help. That'll help sell it. It's dusty and stuff like that. Now, since this paint is wet, I might brush on brush on the weather powder here a little bit. Don't want to. Oh, I like that. Ooh. Happy little accident. Yeah, that's looking good. Then we'll definitely tone it. All this will kind of blend and tone down just a touch when I shoot it with some matte clear. The top of the springs here, where you definitely gotta get those. Of course, won't see too much of it because of the way it'll sit. So. All right. Yeah, I know it's hard for you to see. But I'll have a full video on this when it's done. All right, you know what? Now it's time. Let's make a dark brown wash here. I got some of this. So I want that. Take some out of the lid. Let's mix it up with this brown. And get that drive shaft taken care of here. There we go. Wash down that axle there a little bit. A little bit of that sort of olive green color. Oh yeah, like that. You know what? Let's get I got a darker. I just need a little darker brown. We can flat brown. Yeah, I like that color. A dirtier color, the better. That little stub shaft there, and then we're gonna get the sort of the U-joints picked out over here. All right. Okay. I like that quite a bit. Okay, I got that black wash. We're going to get some of that green. Let's take that wash. Just do those U-joints. Make them have a little bit of a wet look. And that, definitely want to pick out that leaky pinion seal there a little bit. All right. Okay. All right, that'll have to dry. All right. So let's see here. Okay. That's pretty good. All right, let's see. Ready for the, oh, we need to put the engine in. Okay. Yeah, we need to set that engine in there. I can, which it sets in there just on those two little posts, which I need to, I think, shave those down a little bit. So I want them to go in there easy. All right. This build is really coming together. So let's see. And if I did my exhaust right, it should line right up. And it does. Just have to blend it in a little. There we go. Yep. Just lock it in with some of that, and then I gotta just there. And And just a tidy. Cocked a little. Well, actually, yeah, it's won't be in there. It's not in there straight, but it's But one of the things is the air cleaner. It's going to be off on the side of the engine because that happened to us several times. Okay, now I can put the front. Now I can put the put the front suspension or the front axle on, and we're going to be coming up on time here. Because I try to keep these to about an hour is all, and so get this front axle in. Hopefully everything fits together real nice. Okay, there that goes. And there we go. Okay, and we just need to put a few drops of glue in there to well, yeah, I'll have pictures up on my website. Actually, I tell you what, in the description of this video is 2 links to some pages on my website of some previous builds that I did some heavy weathering of some vehicles on our farm, which you may or may not remember. So I suggest just popping over there real quick and taking a look at those. I think you'll like them. I think you'll like those vehicles. I'll tell you what, they're of our semi trucks that we have, and then I also did a Dukes of Hazzard one too. Actually, just search the Junkman ADV Dukes of Hazzard. It'll be the first result. All right, let's see. I got a couple minutes left here before we come up on time, so I'll work on some washes here, and then I think I want to get that. I want to get those differential case painted sort of this grayish grayish aluminum color. Okay, because then I can start weathering. Yeah, in the description is the links to those, so you can kind of see some of my previous work of doing some real heavy weathering stuff here. So I hope you like them. I think you will. But yeah, let's. Thing is, about this particular model or this kit is it used to be a snap tight kit, and then they made it a glue together. So it's not super a high parts count, so you can't, it's harder, in my opinion. Most of the sub-assemblies are built, so it's hard to what am I trying to say, detail stuff, because normally I'd paint I build some sub-assemblies, but I'd paint a lot of the parts individually, so it's easier, just glue them together, and then they're the color they need, and I don't have to brush paint. I don't have to brush paint into certain things, which I'm not a huge fan of, because you got to have a steadier hand and a little bit more margin for error. But I guess I understand other people. This is the only way they really know how to do it. So I don't know. To each his own, I guess. But I prefer having a high parts count, so I can pick out individual pieces a heck of a lot easier. Like these drive shafts, I would prefer. See, then I could weather them separately and then put them on and then finish the weathering. And okay, that aluminum axle housing looks pretty good. You know what? I'll do these outer rings here for the hubs, because that'll help add some contrast, because a lot of dark color here. Leave the CV boots black, which I just goofed right there. That's fixable, but again, that's what I don't like about some of this stuff, doing it this way. I'll just take some of that color and that's okay. I remember the CV boots weren't really that torn up, so they're okay. And let's do that brown wash. While I got it out here, get the stub shafts here, a little rusty brown. And I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow night of more of this or not. It's you'll just have to stay subscribed and check it out, because I'm not quite sure. All right. I am going to, I guess, call this part a little bit of silver. Let's pick out that drain plug a little bit there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I could just spend a lot of time just picking out bolts and little things here and there. Little things I see that's like, oh darn, need to fix that. One last thing. Let's get the this front drive shaft taken care of a little bit here. All right. Okay. Boy, I think we're done for tonight. So, last thing here for you guys in here, here's what I mean, we're not 100% done. I'm going to add some more, a little bit more weathering to it, but there's our, there's the bottom. Of course, like I said, the way it's done, see the engine, and again, it's a little cockeyed in there, and that's on purpose. So there you go. Of course, I got to wire it. I'm waiting on a distributor to come in, so I can put some distributors, some spark plug wires, and things. The front end, I need to dirty up that aluminum a little bit there, but we're pretty good. I'm pretty much liking that. We got it pretty well good. Actually, you know what? Let me just set her down. Let's now this isn't. I'm not gonna push it in there right yet. I got to do some fitment things here, but with the frame to the cab, but well, that's not how it's gonna look. But in general, oh, yeah, I'm not gonna put it in there. I got things to do. But that's engine. Of course, it's gonna sit back more like that. That's what it'll look like in there. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys joining in here. Don't know if I'll stream tomorrow night or not, but if I do, you know where to find me. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, so you make sure you get the notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.